Alright, folks, we are back for round 2. And that seems good. I mean, 3 lands, 4 creature. I guess this is about, what you're supposed to do with this deck. Now, do we play Thicket on turn 1? I think there's a chance we don't want to do that, actually, because we don't have any red otherwise. We are not cycling it, we are kind of short on land, and getting 1 energy of the Rampager doesn't really do a whole lot. Wandering Fumarole indicates red-blue control, by the way. Timurleys tend to play the blue-green manland if they play a manland. What do we lead with? I don't know. I guess it's Scrounger, probably. If they have Magma Spray, we'd rather lead with Cub, but if they have any Counterspell or Harnessed Lightning, we'd rather lead with Scrounger. It also deals more damage. I mean, it was pretty obvious that this thing would die. They ended up having the Magma Spray, but oh well, what can you do, I guess. And now I assume we play Cub. I don't think the matchup against Blue-Red is very good. I might be wrong. Gods are pretty annoying to Blue-Red, but they have this amount of counterspell, so I'm not even sure this is a huge problem for them in general. Looks like a Disallow or Void Shatter. Yep. Yes, sir. We'll just generate 1 energy because why not, and pass the turn. Voltaic Brawler. Let's jam that. Anticipate, alright. I'd rather see Anticipate than Glimmer of Genius, to be honest. Alright, I get 2 energy and then try to cast that. If they want to censor my Rampager, I'll take it any day of the week. And now, even if they have Sweltering Suns, the Rampager leaves, so it's like it's not a disaster. And otherwise, we have a little bit of pressure. Fatal Push was literally the worst draw in the entire deck, as it doesn't kill anything but Wandering Fumarole. And we are not going to use energy here. They are just taking the damage. So they have a counterspell here. It's like there's no way to have a counterspell. However, if we play Ronas, it means they cannot Glimmer of Genius, which is something important. Because I've played this amount of blue-red control, so I know how it works and what annoys me. And I know that if I have a turn where I can sneak my Glimmer of Genius, I'm super happy. So if we play Ronas, it's not going to resolve. Like 0% chance it's resolve, but we make them unable to use Glimmer. The problem is next turn, a Torrential Gearhulk is coming most likely, and I don't really know how we are beating that, since we don't have any disintegration right now. The other option is to go Rampager. And this is not bad, this is not even weak to Sweltering Sun, so maybe it's a fine move, but yeah, sending Ronas into a counterspell doesn't seem great. And here, if they want a Glimmer, we end up with a pretty big board. Though I guess if they have Torrential Gearhulk next turn, they don't really care about our boards. Not sure, it is kind of close. Also playing Ronas plays right into Censor, which seems pretty bad, so I just don't love it. Now they're gonna get to Glimmer here, which is pretty bad for us. But yeah, what can you do? I mean, sure. Oh, that's gonna be a pool 4-3. Well, pool 4-3 is actually worse than Glimmer, so I don't mind that. It means they don't have a Glimmer in hand, because playing Glimmer is much better. Now we are into the Gearhulk range, and this is when trouble starts, because if I attack, they can answer the Brawler trigger by using Torrential Gearhulk and killing it. Then they eat an elephant, And then we get to resolve Rona. So is it... maybe it's good enough for us? Maybe, I don't know. They might also not have the Gear Hulk, which seems unlikely, but this is an option. I guess we don't even have the energy to actually use the trigger anyways. Yeah, Gear Hulk as expected. I'm not entirely sure how resolving a Ronas is gonna be good enough, but I don't know. I mean, they probably will have a reinvolve for the remaining elephant, but then maybe if we can cast Hazoret and somehow it resolve, that seems kind of unlikely, but I guess in theory it could happen. Then Ronas is active all the time, and blue-red except for Commit Memory, which is not even played a lot. Sometimes they play one copy, but it's not even played a lot anymore. Unless they have that, they can't really deal with our thing ever. So I don't know. Obviously we get 2 for 1 by this attack. If I go Ronas right away, they go Gear Hulk, disallow your Ronas, and we still don't really have any good attack. I think like resolving some gods could be a way to defeat blue-red, even though I kind of have doubts it's going to be good enough here. Also, if we top deck something like Blossoming Defense, we can go pump the Rampager, attack with Ronas, then they maybe try to kill the Rampager, we boost it, and then, you know, it becomes pretty bad for them. Them not attacking with Gear Hulk, I think, is great news for us. I don't want to play Hazoret into Sensor or whatever counterspell they could have, so I'm just gonna boost that. Most likely it's gonna die. I don't think they are gonna let me attack. They probably have a Harness Lightning in hand. Though I guess actually they don't have the energy to kill it with Harness Lightning. They are missing 1 mana. I mean 1 energy basically, so this is not even gonna work very well for them. Yeah, I completely forgot about that, but sometimes blue-red just doesn't have the energy to kill everything they want with Harness Lightning. And the 4 toughness on Rampager is pretty huge. And now either they chump block or they take 5, so you know. Sounds good, right? Definitely not attacking with Rampager, but Ronas is getting in. Okay, well, I don't know, somehow this is working not so bad. I'm pretty sure if they had another Gear Hulk they would have attacked with the first one. I think it makes sense. Oh, they have another one? Okay, so they misplayed. Or they are, I mean, they might be playing defensively, but they are playing too defensively here. It doesn't really make any sense. No, they were supposed to attack with the first Gear Hulk if they had another one, because Ronas is really a problem in the later game, and they need to kill me relatively fast. I'm pretty sure this was a misplay, but kind of depends on what they have in hand. Seems like they are playing a little bit too defensively though here. I mean, I know they are playing control, but sometimes you need to just get a bit aggressive with your control deck, otherwise you are not getting anywhere. Hopefully they are animating Fumarole. This seems unlikely though. A Glorybringer in the main. Okay, well I wasn't expecting that. I don't even think it's very well. They should not leave their Gear Hulk back. If they attack with everything, they have a 2-turn clock, I'm just dead, yeah. But now I'm pretty sure there is basically no way we can beat them. But usually when they are on the play and they go turn 6 Gear Hulk, turn 7 Gear Hulk, you just cannot win with any type of aggro mid-range deck. If you are super aggro, like maybe a crazy draw for Maradu, you can do something, but otherwise it's pretty much game. So I guess if they don't have a counterspell, we win. Or if they only have, well, if they have Negate, Censor, or something along these lines, we win. But if they just have another Disallow or Essence Scatter, we lose. Is there any way to play around that? Nope, Glorybringer is not going to change anything about that. Yeah, I mean, it's basically, do you have a counterspell or not? And I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, they do, but you never know, so let us see. Alright. the disallow number 2. Yeah, I don't think we could have done everything here to win that. It seems like a very good draw from them and pretty difficult matchup. So I think the Serpopard are for control, I assume. You want Planeswalker. I don't think you want Glorybringers. I don't think we want Fatal Push. We definitely want Transgress the Mine. Dispossess can hit the Gearhulk, but I'm not a big fan of that. Maybe one, but certainly not both. And then this is 64 cards, and I have no idea what we are supposed to cut. Yeah, I guess we are not playing Dispossess then. So Rampager is good, Blossoming Defense good, Attune with Aether's good. We can cut 2 Cubs maybe. Heart of Skiran solid. And I guess we can cut 1 Disintegration maybe, since we have Omnixis that can act as a Ringfall. Not entirely sure about this sideboarding. General idea I think is right, bring in some Planeswalker, the Serpopard, but not sure that we are supposed to cut 1 Disintegration, might be wrong. This matchup seems tough though, in general. But like most matchup in Standard is very much determined I guess we say, by who wins the die roll. Multi-6, put the card on top. I don't think we have any reason to reveal. We'll probably reveal it next turn, but I mean, no reason to give the information right away, I guess. Hazard seems pretty good here. Yup. I almost misclicked, and resolving Heart of Kiran is nice too. We'll go Scrap Heap here. If they have a counter, well, they have a counter, whatever. And if they have Harness Lightning, they cannot kill Heart of Kiran because for toughness, all that good stuff. If they have double Magma Spray, I guess they can kill Heart of Kiran, but I would not remind that too much. And we probably go Transgress the Mine next turn and play Hazoret afterwards. Though if they somehow tap out for something next turn, which I don't think is going to happen, but who knows, I will definitely jam the Hazoret when they are tapped out. But yeah, again, this seems unlikely. I guess Hazoret can actually crew Heart of Kiran, so it's not useless, even though it's not going to be active. I'm gonna try to play that into not into their counter spells though, basically. It's interesting here though, because despite us having a pretty good draw and them mulliganing and being on draw, it's not looking like we are in that good of a shape. Like, if you have a couple Reinvol, a couple Counterspell, I don't know. This Giant Aggro deck is super sweet to play though. I mean, it's the second match I'm playing already, which is not a lot obviously, but when I looked at the list I was like, just, this is looking so fun. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, right? Attune with Aether. Sure. Let's attack first, and then if they somehow do something and try to kill the heart and spend some mana, we'll play Hazoret, and otherwise we'll just, you know, do something else. What are we fetching? Yeah, well, I guess 4S, why not? Just gonna play it. Transgress their mind. This might just get disallowed, but what can you do? Such is life. I mean, the goal is also that now Hazoret is more likely gonna resolve because they spend a counterspell. We are slightly flooded, which could end up being bad. However, at some point they will need to kill that, and if they spend some mana to kill that, then we can resolve Hazoret potentially, so... And Unlike Ronas, Hazoret is threatening on its own. You don't really need other creatures for it to be good. Now the question is, do we let them Glimmer or do we play Hazoret? I think I'm actually gonna run Hazoret, even though they probably have a counterspell, because again, the only thing Blue-Red is waiting for is an opportunity to cast Glimmer, and I think by doing that, we don't let them cast Glimmer, and then they are still under the pressure of the Heart of Kiran. So it's probably decent, even though we lose a pretty big threat. It is close, though. This time I'm going to lead with Transgress. See what they want to do about that. If they have Glimmer, either they let me take it, or they let me take whatever they pick with Glimmer, so there is that. I'm picking Glimmer. I don't really care about Glorybringer here, I think. Yeah. Because they had the Glimmer last turn, I'm pretty sure. And what happens if I don't cast Hazoret is that they Glimmer, then potentially they find a Harness Lightning, suddenly they have the energy to kill the Heart of Kiran, and then things end up going pretty bad pretty quickly. So I think, and I mostly say that as someone who has played a lot of Blue-Red, that when I'm not able to Glimmer, sneak a Glimmer at some point, it's pretty annoying for me. And I think this is the reasoning behind the play I just made. I'm not entirely sure it's right, but this is what my experience playing the deck tells me to do. And now what? If they have a freaking Torrential Gearhulk, they still die from the Heart of Kiran. I mean, they can disallow the crew trigger, but that's about it. If they go Glorybringer, kill your Scrappy Scrounger, we get it back and we kill them. They are in trouble. Sometimes just playing things into counterspell so your opponent doesn't do anything is right. Yeah, that's not gonna save you. Even if you have Magma Spray. I guess if they had Magma Spray, actually it would save them. So maybe they're just attacking here for 4 and spraying the Scrounger, in which case, yes, that's pretty good. Or I guess they can block, actually. Yeah, I'm stupid. This is something. Ronas the Indomitable. Cool, well we can resolve that, which is pretty huge. So I guess we attack, trade, and then play another Heart and a Ronas, and then the opponent is in huge trouble. We could play Ronas and boost Heart of Kiran, but dealing 2 damage I don't think does a whole lot here. I mean, it's not better than playing a second Heart, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty lame when you have to play your... We don't have to play around Censor, they don't have the mana for that. When you have to play your Glorybringer defensively. And now they're in a lot of trouble because of our board, basically. I'm not even sure that a Glimmer... Magma Spray is a good start for them. However, how are they dealing with Heart of Kiran right here? Don't actually know. Well, I guess now they can actually, they do have the energy for Harness Lightning. But we can play Hazoret, and now they need Harness Lightning and a counterspell for Hazoret, or they die. So this was a pretty good top deck. Seems like Gods and Vehicle are just super tough for Blue-Red to deal with. Alright, well, looks like they might have what they need. But this is the exact combination that they need to not die. Okay, they did not have the Harness Lightning. Sweet. I don't think being on the draw changes match. Like Dispossess on Gerhulk is... I'm not sure how good it actually is. Seems medium, but I'd be happy to draw one. I don't really want to get any Ringvolt because they could bring in... Well, they have Glory Bringers and they could bring in things like Dragon Master Outcast, so... Maybe I could one Brawler, which is probably not at its best here. Again, not entirely sure about the sideboard. Don't quote me or try to do the same thing, it might be wrong. This hand is borderline. Heart of Kiran is one of our best 2-drop, but it's not great otherwise. Blossoming Defense is really good against blue-red control though. If it had more land it would be an easy keep. Without the land it might be a bit risky, but we have a couple pretty important cards, and drawing a land here is just amazing. Well, 2 lands in a row was nice for sure. Now, do we jump something into Sensor? I think we do. Playing around Sensor doesn't always make sense, and here, you know, this is one of this situation where potentially they have, you know, a Harness Lightning, something along this line to kill Heart of Kiran. I mean, any creature, but they don't have a negate for Heart of Kiran, and maybe they have an Essence Scatter, which could counter Brawler. Also, lists that play Anticipate usually play less Sensors, which means, and also, when you are playing blue-red, you often side out the Sensors for things that are better in the matchup. It's one of the first card I side out, at least. And this means that I thought we would be pretty likely to resolve a Heart of Kiran, even though in general you would not want to play your best threat into their open mana. Anyway, it worked out, so it's nice. And now we'll try to... Do we try to Brawl it up or to Scrounger it up? Probably to Scrounger it up, as this is not something you want to disallow, where I could imagine them wanting to disallow Brawler. I mean, it feels better to disallow a Brawler and to stop me from attacking or doing anything relevant this turn than to disallow a Scrounger, right? Obviously it's different if they have Void Shatter, the Exile counterspell, but here... And here they don't have anything great to do, right? Like, maybe another Anticipate, but maybe they just wasted their turn. Spray that. How interesting. Well, now they know I have something. Yeah, I should have thought about that first. Now I kind of told that I have a trick, so the question is... I think we still save that. It might be wrong. Because I'd rather save the Heart of Kiran from a Harness Lightning. However, they don't have the energy to kill it now, so... Not even sure. Get a black. Play Brawler. Attack for 7. And if they want a Glimmer of Genius, sure, but they go down to 9. This is a pretty cool Magma Spray. I don't know where it comes from. With Koth on the picture. That's sweet. Definitely looks great. I like when they are thinking. I like it. And we have 2 very nice late game threats, which if we can resolve, will end up being pretty great. Like if they tap out for a Glorybringer next turn, which they might want to do, then we can just jab Obnixilis, kill the Glorybringer, and then blue-red has a ton of trouble dealing with Obnixilis. And what they can do is tap out and attack Obnixilis with Fumarole, but if they do that, then we resolve Hazoret, and then, you know, it's nightmarish for them. So, and in the meantime, we are still hitting them with Heart of Kiran, most likely, so... Looks like a win-win situation. Not sure what they are thinking about. I need to go though. I will record the end of this set a little bit later, but I'm gonna play badminton right now. Playing quite a bit of badminton, and actually it's gonna start very soon. I should be going right now, but I'm just gonna finish this match first. Commit the Heart of Kiran, I assume? Ah, the Brawler. That is interesting. I feel like they wanted to commit Heart of Kiran, which is, you know, much more threatening, already on the board. Interesting choice. I don't really know why exactly they did that. Maybe they have a good reason. Ooh, if they Glimmer main phase here, it's gonna be ooh. Ooh, I love when they do that. Gusto. We can resolve Omnixilis, and then it's gonna be a downward spiral to hell for them. Yeah, they went top bottom, alright. Probably they need to hit a land drop. So doing that is not necessarily wrong for them. It is just I'm super happy about it. But again, it doesn't mean, you know, that they should not do that, or that it's necessarily a misplay. It's just resolving a Planeswalker against blue-red control. The actual best feeling in the world, especially when we have nice Heart of Kiran. And jamming for 7. Sweet. Hazoret is lethal right now. So now they have Gearhulk. What does that mean for us? What should we play? This is a crucial turn. This is the turn that will decide if we win or not, potentially depending on what we do. Well, Action with Ether is free. I mean, we did not make our land drop, so we can just do that, fetch our forest, and play it, and you know, it's not going to change anything. Now, do we play 2 Brawlers or Hazoret, which actually can attack? Do we attack with Scrappy Scrounger into Torrential Gear? I think we actually want to attack before we use Omnixis, because if they go Gearhulk, they kind of need to commit the Heart of Kiran, I'm pretty sure. And then we can use Omnixis to get rid of the Gearhulk. I'm not entirely sure about the sequencing, but it feels like it might be the right one. And if they want to commit Omnixilis, sure, we miss. We cannot use Omnixis, but I'm pretty sure they need to commit the Heart of Kiran here. I mean, if they commit the Omnixilis, you know what happens? I cast Hazoret. They have absolutely no card that can deal with it, since they already used their commit memory. And next turn I just discard a card, and since they will be down to 1, they lose. So pretty sure they need to commit that, block the Scrounger, and then we can just kill the Gearhulk with Omnixilis and drop 2 Brawlers. Maybe we just play Hazoret though. Hazoret seems like such a big threat. Yeah, I think it's actually Hazoret. They are at 5-2. They already used their commit. Yeah, I think Hazoret is gonna just clean up that game. And obviously, if they spend their turn attacking Omnixilis with a Fumarole, they just die. So you know, this is not really an option. If they go Glorybringer, kill Omnixilis, same thing. They die to Hazoret, so not an option. Okay. Yeah, the opponent is in a lot of trouble here. I don't really think they have an out. Like, gods are just a pain in the ass. Oh, there is that, I guess. That can chump block. However, we can just start tossing cards at their face. They still need to chump block, and next turn, I don't know, unless you have another commit, which, again, usually they don't. Hazoret is just gonna be lethal. This card seems like MVP against blue-red control. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're trying to glimmer into, but I know that if I know that match that my blue-red control deck cannot deal with Hazoret when I already use my commit memory. I know that match, so maybe yours is different, but maybe we can jump a little bit more with Sting in the Ice. No, it's gonna be game. All right, well that's pretty cool. First 2 match with the deck to win, and it felt pretty good, honestly. This deck is just very sweet. I hope you enjoyed that second round. It was definitely cool to play. Thank you for watching, and I will record 1 or 2 more matches after badminton, and I see you there, folks.